Good afternoon. It's Roy CRR News and Clues with a welding job going on. Some clues on what not to do here today. But I'll say what to do. I put jack stands underneath the ends of the tailgate to hold it up so there'd be less tension on the cable, but then I had to take the cable loose anyway. Then when I unlatched the door and brought it down, the weight of it nearly crushed me. That was fun. Here I've removed all the lights because of beating on the metal to get it where it belongs. Would have busted the bulbs like somebody did before. I had to change bulbs in it, but now it's time to fix it. Here, see this 1/4 inch gap? That's supposed to be touching. Obviously this is supposed to be in line over here. And up inside, see the light on this subject. See that gap right there in between them two pieces? That was one piece of metal. Some sorry worthless piece of crap apparently hooked tow chains on either side of this trailer to rip the whole back of the frame loose to yank the door open, to steal everything that was in it. And the person who was paid to fix it did a crappy job. This was bent down more. Right here I beat the heck out of it because the angle iron, the thin angle that it's mounted to, was pushing through here. This was down. This is way down here. I've bent it upwards a lot. Kind of needs to be more, but I'm going to see if I can get to welding it in place. The corner panel that they mutilated only the tops of in order to get there, being too lazy to open stuff up, I had to go ahead and remove it, in part because, see that adhesive stuff, where are we at? In the corner there, it's already was smoking a little bit from me just using the grinder. When I go to welding, that is going to get plenty hot, so there's going to be a water hose over here first. I don't want to have to waste a fire extinguisher. Might just get a little squirt bottle, that might do, with soap water in it, even works better. But I'm going to finish cutting this loose. I've got the ratchet strap holding it. Right here they've put a ratchet strap on it to keep the door pulled inwards because the old latches can't do it. It's too far out. It's supposed to be flush like down at the bottom. This was beat on, but I'm going to have to heat it with a torch and beat them back in order to get it. And here they had to replace the bolts, put carriage bolts in place of these that are supposedly, they take a special tool, not regular torque, so it's harder to steal them. But generally, let's see, oh, these are threaded into the steel. This other one has some nuts and oversized lock washers. I'm probably going to take that off and see if I've got some nuts with nylock to put on them and draw that up tighter. I don't like how this is loose. That's not right. That's not going to hold it tight. But the ratchet strap is there to hold it so it doesn't spread outwards. But after I cut it loose, I'm going to tighten it and draw it together there. And I'm going to try to get that side welded, then come over here. And you can see, got a little excited with the sealer on the roof, and it's down here too now. But anyway, I'm going to have to do the same thing. Let's drop back down here because, ta-da, it's wide open there also. There's too much gap. That's gonna, as it's been, it's letting rain in. That's why they had the hooks with a little 1-inch ratchet strap or something across. That's what I did to hold it shut. It seems like that's what was done before also, because there wasn't that wide of a mark on the door. The poor door is beat up, but usable. And then there's some 2x12s cut to the length of the door to lay on it for driving vehicles over, if not just pulling loads up on a dolly or something. But this thing needs fixed up. Done had to go all over the roof seams and clean them up, like where these are, and put a new bead. I put Master Seal NP1 up there. I used the gray, and all around the roof vent on the top, cleared the old material out, all the seams around on the outside of the front there, and then had to replace some screws or add some here and there and stuff like that on the outside. So it should be pretty well sealed, because if the water gets in the little aluminum and rests on top of that sheet metal there, then it'll get underneath, or it'll blow in going down the road. The door on the front here was all beat up where it was broke into. The wall was pulled outward here from trying to rip it open. So I put a ratchet strap that's still attached to the floor, hooked the other end of it up on this that I hooked to the roof beam, and then had, as you see here, the larger strap has the 2-inch strap running through it, and this hook was put, let me squeeze out here, right on this eyelet bolt that somebody put in there for a way to lock the thing shut. This was all mutilated and beat up. I pulled it outward as far as it go because of wore out striker on the latch. Latch still works, but it doesn't lock at all. This I had adjusted inwards as far as I could get. Like I said, draw the door inwards. Also the door itself, I put a block in between here or here, and then pushed it top and bottom. And since it doesn't latch good, I had to come up with a way for it to stay latched and not rain. So I used this striker deal. Just chain the door. There it goes. And then I put, thought that was all out of there. Let me quit destroying my cord. I had to, on the top, to get that in there, I had to make use tubing and so forth to make shims to get it even spacing. Did the same so on the bottom to put a little latch. And at your hardware store, you can get these that got a hole through them. You can put a padlock through there, or if you're just using them for critters, just put a hasp through it and the critter can't open it too easy. But this is what was there. It didn't reach, so I've been putting another lock between here and there just to make sure it wouldn't even open, and so when it's stored, some asshat doesn't steal my straps and spare tires or something that has been in it. But anyway, time to get back to work. On the spring for the rear door, I'm gonna have to get a cable for here to fix that. See that rod in there? I put one in one of these other holes here and pried downward in order to put that one there. That's what holds your spring to keep it from unraveling on you, and that's how you adjust them tighter. Also, these, you use the set screws to adjust them tight. This was hanging there good, but when I went to beating on stuff, it's shaking around, sprung the cable loose. But see, if these are not tighter, you take the set screw loose. There's one, and tighten them up. If inexperienced, speak to somebody or get them to show you, because it's easy to have your rods or whatever come flying at you and springs unrolling and swing down, or roll up doors come crashing down and crushing something and somebody, and too much fun. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably attempt to do an update on the finished product and describe just how troublesome this is out here in the heat. Same thing here, this is even worse. I got an idea how I may fix it. I may put a prop rod to rest right across here with some supports on the door to rest it on, like a piece of tubing or something, if I can't get these straight, because that door needs to have some way to get it tight without having to stand on a stupid step stool to get a ratchet strap up there. Thank you. Take care.